Hello and welcome to your Pilates session today. I'm in the bright sunshine here. I do apologise, I hope you can see me properly. Shouldn't apologise for the sun really, should I? But you want to lay yourselves down, make yourselves comfortable, and we'll see how we go today. Just taking a moment to bring yourself down. And then when you're ready, we're breathing in through the nose. We're blowing out through the lips. In through the nose. Out through the lips. Arms alongside the body. Legs lengthened away. Have a breath in. Breathe out, take the arms overhead, have a point through the toes and in. Breathe out, bring the arms down, relax the feet. Have a breath in. Breathe out, take the arms up, point through the toes and a breath in. Breathe out, bring the arms down, relax the feet. Have a breath in. Breathe out, take the arms up, draw the toes back, have a push through the heels and in. Breathe out, bring the arms down, relax the feet. Once more, breath in. Breathe out, take the arms up, draw the toes back and push through the heels and in. Breathe out, bring the arms down, relax the feet. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet onto the floor, hip distance apart, arms out towards shoulder height, palms facing the ceiling. Have a breath in, breathe out, drop the knees to the right, in as you hold, out to the centre, and a breath in, out to your left, in as you hold, out to the centre. So just keep that going with your breath. Feet are on the floor, no lifting, no moving. Just roll over the soles of your feet. The feet stay hip distance apart throughout, so don't bring them together. You can see I'm just rolling over the soles of my feet to the inside and outside edges, depending which direction we're going. When those knees come up from the left this time, you can stay in the centre. And you can bring the arms back down by your sides. Have a breath in as you breathe out. Going to hug the right knee to the chest. Breathe in, hands and foot to the floor. Breathe out, left knee to the chest. In, hands and foot to the floor. Just alternate right and left as you breathe. Notice I don't interlace my fingers to pull the knee in. I keep my hands separate. So it's just a guide with the fingertips as always. That's even if you're coming up to meet the knee. Don't pull the two halves of the body together, using those muscles in the centre, those core muscles, to enable the movement, not the strength of your arms. But don't feel you have to come up. It's only if it doesn't hurt your neck. When that left foot comes back to the floor this time, you can rest in the centre. And we're going to go up and down our bridge. So knees stay bent, soles of the feet on the floor. This time, the wider apart your feet are, the kinder your bridges to your back, your leg joints, anything going on in the lower body. Closer together those feet are, the stronger it gets, but again, your feet never come totally together. They are hip distance apart. Okay, that's the closest that they get. Arms alongside the body, palms down, fingertips reaching towards those heels. Try and keep your palms flat. If you're keeping the arms by the side, resist the temptation to come up on your fingertips as your hips come up. But if you do want to take arms overhead, of course you can. But whatever you're doing with your arms, your spine is the important bit, and that's the bit we're focusing on. So on a breath in, it's a pelvic tilt, tuck those hips. As you breathe out, roll the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Tuck the chin if you need to. Breath in at the top. Breathe out and tuck that pelvis to roll the hips back down to the floor. Breath in, pelvic tilt, tuck the hips. Breathe out and roll those hips up. In at the top, out and down, and just move with your breath, keep it under control. You are taking arms away, it's on that out breath as the hips come up, the arms come up, the chin comes down. You have your breath in at the top, and as you breathe out and roll the spine back down, the arms come back over, and the back of your pelvis and your palms touch the floor at the same time. Keep it moving. Couple more. Last one. You get to the bottom next time. You can either hug knees in or you can stretch legs away, whatever feels good for you to release that lower body particularly. Just to give your back a bit of a stretch as well if you feel that that's what it needs. So we're coming up towards sitting. I would always advocate rolling onto one side and pushing yourself up rather than rocking and rolling to the top, but some of you know that is an actual Pilates exercise, rocking and rolling up to the top. That's your seal exercise, but we're not going there, you'll be pleased to know. The bad news is we're going to balance. From here we are going to do our teaser balance that most people will know as boat. Okay, this is the balancing on your sit bones here. Okay, so trying to carry on from what we've perhaps been doing in some of the sessions with you. Don't know if you haven't been or you're not sure, I will talk you through it, of course. So the first, what we're actually trying to do, the easy thing is we're trying to do that. We're trying to balance on your sit bones, okay, whatever your arms and legs are doing. But obviously being Pilates, we want to try and neaten that up a little bit, align things through the body so that we're strengthening with the body in the right position. So the important bit is that your back is straight as you can. Okay, once you come in, you can do it before you start or you can do it when you get there. I tend to do it when I get there. Your knees are bent and you can hold your legs either around your knees or you can hold underneath here if you want to. You don't have to hold at all if you don't want to. You can keep tips of toes touching the floor if you find it hard to balance, or your heels if you prefer to flex your feet. If you're like me, you get cramp if you point your toes. So you can flex your feet, okay? And just walk those feet back, either heels or toes, and just see if you can get them to come off the floor. Okay? And then once you're there, I'm going to let my feet relax a little bit. Try and lift. your chest, roll your shoulders back, and that's what kicks in abdominal muscles and back muscles here. If you stay in your little crouch position with your rounded back, you'll start hurting your lower back through here, and that's the bit we're trying to help, obviously. So try and be as tall as you can with the shoulders back. Strong on your thighs as well. But if you want to go stronger, you can bring one shin up and then the other. So upper body never moved, hopefully. Okay, you can try and bring shins parallel to the floor. Other than that, just let the legs relax as much as you can, to be honest. And lift that chest. Breathe. And to release, you can simply tip the body weight forward. If you want to hang forward, you can walk the legs away, fold over. I know a lot of you prefer to bring the soles of the feet together and hang forward, so just release. As always, wherever feels good for you, where you feel the biggest release is what's important, not so much what I prefer to do. Okay, it's up to you, it's your body. See how you feel. Good. So that's balancing on your sit bones. We're going to stay in this position because again, during classes, we've been trying to strengthen these hands and wrists. So I am going to do your reverse plank, I'm afraid. It is a strong one. And of course, different stages. So only go as far as you are comfortable. I'm not there to say, oh, don't do that. Okay, so I'm trusting you to just go as far as you are comfortable, all right? So the more bent those knees are, the kinder it is because the more support you've got, all right? This is the one where your hands go slightly behind you. My fingers kind of line up with where my bottom comes to. Okay, that's my arm length, that helps, but you're trying to get kind of underneath your shoulders, just slightly back, with your fingertips pointing towards your feet. Now, I have said in classes, and you're quite welcome to do it, if it's really uncomfortable, I will let you turn the hands to face behind you. But over time, what we're looking for as you build that strength is for those hands to come all the way around to here. Now remember, we're not trying to lift your butt off the floor, okay, because you will hurt yourself. Think about pushing your knees away. So I'm going to push towards my bottle that's over there in the corner of the settee here, okay. So it's not a strenuous movement. It shouldn't feel like, ooh, what we're doing. Just push your knees away. You have a breath in. As you breathe out, push your knees away. So you might just come that little way up and then breathe in to come back down. So your bottom is travelling from kind of here somewhere and it's kind of there before it's even thinking about lifting the floor. So you're in that nice M shape, okay? And then you slide it back. You may just stay with the hands in that position, just pressing into the floor from there will start to strengthen. If you don't feel you want to move the rest of the body, you don't have to. If you're coming up further than that, you just keep pushing your knees away. You have a breath in, and as you breathe out, push those knees away. And the hips come up to fill the space, basically. And you breathe in to come back down, and the bottom slides back. So you can come up and down with your breath, or you can breathe and hold at the top if you want to. So keep going if you can, rest when you need to. So I said, those of you that like a stronger practice, the straighter the legs are, the stronger it gets, and you can do a full reverse plank here if you want to with the legs straight. Your toes will be pointed this time because you're trying to bring the soles of the feet to the floor, but the same applies. You're still gliding up to the top, pushing the body towards your feet rather than thinking about lifting it straight up to the ceiling, okay? So, chest lifted, shoulders back. You have a breath in. As you breathe out, you glide away. I'm a bit close there. Let me stretch my legs away. Okay, and up you come. Didn't give myself enough space there. Okay, and back down. Right, you're only getting one of those because it is strong even for me. Okay, my joints, but that's why we do it. It's so good for your joints. I wouldn't have the strength, obviously, as many as you know, in my joints and the flexibility that I've got in the body as well if it wasn't for what I do, these kind of exercises, these kind of movements. So they are tough, but so, so important. So if you are still going, bless you, next time that your bottom comes back to the floor, you can let it relax. And again, if you want to bring the hands forward and hang over the knees, you can. If you want to bring the soles of the feet together, you can bring the soles of the feet together. Whew, and relax forward. I'm at a puff after that if you want. That's a really strong one for me. Okay. So, we're going to come over and around onto the front of the body. All right, you'll be pleased to know that is the only one I'm going to put in for your hands and your wrists with this one. But we are going to come into your back, which is always important. So bring yourself down however you can get there. Okay, just go carefully, go slowly, there's no rush. You can make yourself a pillow with the hands when you get there if you want to. Oh, and just let the body release. Good. So from here, shuffle forward a little bit. From here, we're going to raise and lower a straight right leg. Okay, so we're giving your arms, upper body a rest. We've worked a lot so far with the legs bent, either knees bent, feet on the floor, or we've come up to that sitting position to do a reverse plank. I can't think of the word then. So we're going to make the legs long now, all right? So without moving the pelvis, without squeezing your shoulders, but the wider apart those legs are, the harder it is on your back, just your right leg. Have a breath in, breathe out, lengthen that leg away, in and down, out and lengthen, in and down, and just keep that right leg going as you breathe. But the same applies that we just did with our reverse plank. You're gliding up and down, you're not lifting the leg up and down. There's no jerky movement there. Got cramp now. Told you I'd point my toes and get cramp. You push the leg away as it comes up, and that's where you get that gliding motion. When that leg comes down this time, you can go straight over to the left if you want to, or just have a couple of breaths in between. Get rid of the cramp in your toes if you need to. If you're already going on that left side, keep going. Otherwise, it's a breath in, and as you breathe out, glide the left leg away. In and down. Out and lengthen. In and down. Just that left leg as you breathe. When that left leg comes down this time, you can release. Bend the knees if you need to, that will release your back. Good. So allowing those legs to relax. We're going to come into the upper body. Okay. We're all going to take our diamond cobra this morning, our variation on our traditional cobra, which is the cactus position. So you're going to make a diamond with your fingers and thumbs. So it looks like that. There we go. Okay. So I don't want one hand on top of the other. I've seen a bit of that happening recently. Both hands are flat to the floor and every part of each hand is touching the floor. So you put that down on the floor in front of you with your elbows going straight out to each side. So you don't want them tucked under here. You don't want them up here somewhere, okay? Nice line from one elbow to the other. Hopefully that means that your forehead naturally sits in that diamond, and that's what we want. Okay, the wider apart your legs are, the kinder it is on your back. You have a breath in, breathe out and curl the body up. So you can keep elbows down if you need to or you want to, just to begin with. In as you roll back down. Out and up. In and down, just at your pace. Now, of course, if you want to come up, you roll up as far as you can with those elbows down, and then you curl the body backwards to come up. In as you roll back down. So again, it's not a lift up to the top, not doing a press up here somewhere. Okay, keep it nice and smooth, steady. You're rolling the body back on itself. You're peeling the rib cage away from the floor. The lift just happens if you go back far enough. Okay, it's not the lift that makes the movement happen. It's the movement that creates the lift. So if you try and think of it that way around, however far you're coming, just nice, smooth, steady movement. Couple more. Last one. When you come back down this time, again you can bend knees, release arms if you need to. Okay, make a pillow for your head if you want to bring those arms in and release. Good. And we're going to roll back onto the back of the body when you're ready. So I'm going to stay this way around as we do in the sessions if you do want to spin round. If you like a particular orientation, then you can bring yourself round and down. Okay. Good. So when we're ready, knees bent, soles of the feet back on the floor. We are going to twist, of course. It's how we finish our sessions. So we're going to take our simple twist that we do at the beginning of the session. So arms go back out towards shoulder height, so not too high. Keep going too high as well. Make sure they're not up here somewhere. Okay, so a bit more in line. That keeps you nice and relaxed. Have a breath in, and as you breathe out, drop your knees to the right and leave them there. Breathe. You can keep that position if you want to. If you want to make it stronger, you can bring that right foot out from underneath and hook it over the top of the left. As long as that left shoulder doesn't come up behind you, must keep the shoulders flat and just let the weight of that right leg draw that left knee, that left hip maybe a little bit further over. So don't worry if you're not lifting the leg, it doesn't matter. It's where your body is comfortable. Whether you've moved the leg or not, you can take the left arm further up towards your head if you want to. Just slide mine under the settee. I don't know what's under there, dread thing. I shouldn't say that, should I? I'm very clean, honestly. But just find a spot. We're having to do what we can at the moment. I mean, if I want to, I can just rest the arm up on the seat if I want to. Okay, just use what space you've got, be comfortable where you are. That's what's important. If you have moved that left arm up, bring it back. If you've lifted this right foot, tuck it back underneath. Have a breath in, and as you breathe out, come back up to the centre. Take a moment just to realise, and don't you get pulled across in the bigger twists. Okay, so just come back to the middle before you go to the other side. We're going to have a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to drop your knees to your left. And because you know arms and legs are possibly going to move, your body tends to rush. That one's a bit high again. Just take a moment to let the body relax in this position and see whether it feels like it wants to move. It may not on this side. You don't have to do exactly the same on both sides. But if you want to, it's the left foot, the one underneath, that comes up over the top to hook onto the top of that right knee, and then both knees relax back towards the floor, feet to relax, wiggle your toes if you need to. Make sure this right shoulder hasn't come up, keep it right down into the floor. But again, whether you've moved legs or not, now you can take the arm up if you want to, so I'm going to hit on this side, I'm not too bad. Come into this leg of, that's my bottle I think, the side of the settee there, and what's that? Oh, it's a dog's bed. Okay, dog bed on this side. Just relax. Just try to sink into the floor. And if you have moved this right arm, it's coming all the way back down, or out to shoulder height. If you've lifted this left foot, it's going to tuck back underneath the right. Have a breath in, and as you breathe out, come back up to the centre. Again, just take a moment, have a look if you need to realign. Just going to go wiggle this a little bit. Lengthen one leg away, and then the other. The magic words. Have a breath in. Breathe out, take the arms overhead, have a point through the toes and in. Breathe out, bring the arms down, relax the feet. Have a breath in. Breathe out, take the arms up, draw the toes back, have a push through the heels and in. Breathe out, bring the arms down, relax the feet. Thank you all very much. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.